Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The first Spiritborn adjustments / nerfs here are confirmed. There's been a post here just now from community manager Adam Fletcher here, and this is to address performance issue that is specifically the evade build is causing to you. And you may have seen this if you're at the world bosses or at the maidens, and they did say this multiple times. They will address or fix, nerf these builds if it's causing performance issues, and I personally had this problem as well. So there is a lot of changes to the evade build coming. I'm gonna link this post below, so we'll talk about it here for a sec and see what it means. So a quick update on some plans. We will have some additional client patches and hotfixes coming out this week. Maybe we're gonna get an addressment for Rawhide. They were super fast on addressing the Forgotten Souls. Some possibility as early this afternoon, so today in a few hours maybe. These will hit on some crash related items and on some hot button items from the weekend. We are looking at the Spiritborn's evade cast animations that some are using or employing in specific builds. The evade stacking build here comes to mind, the Eagle Perma evade build that many people are playing. This is a bug, guys. This is bugged. It's not supposed to be like this, as the Spiritborn is able to break animation frames during the evades immediately. So what this basically means is, like, you see my evade animation here. When I just evade once, you see how the character has to go like back into like a stance. So you're not supposed to be able to basically skip this animation. So you see like this, like that's not supposed to happen. So to my understanding, this usually takes about half a second, and right now it only takes about 50 milliseconds. So the expected change here is about divided by 10. We don't know for sure. We'll have to wait until this fix is out. We'll just take a guess here, or my best guess, what we've come up with here with the community. So 10 times less evade and feather changes. We will be fixing this so you won't be able to evade instantly during another evade. And this is exactly what I'm talking about here. Like, look at this. Like, you see this? That's not supposed to happen. It's 50 ms, and I think it's gonna be about like half a second. So 500 ms. So from 50 to 500 should be about damage divided by 10, or feather divided by 10. And instead it will be normalized to the standard evade cast rate in all situations. Again, this is the animation until he's basically ready with the evade frames. The reason why we are hitting this bug now, and some may notice, it is currently impairing other players. We have noticed, we've had this on stream, constant crashes, and also when you're at the maiden or even at the world boss, and you see like 3 or 4 guys playing on the evade, like the performance and the frames are going down crazy. And it's been impacting players' in-game experience. This is why they are basically like hotfixing it during a season. We have mentioned before that if a build ends up impacting the experience of others, and I believe this has happened with the charge swap as well, and the lightning spear to some degrees, lightning spear sword, we make changes immediately, and this is one of those instances. We expect this change to come later this week, guys. So if you still want to play evade, now is a good time, but we'll see what the build is going to do after. But we're expecting about a damage reduction divided by 10 roughly. Now what they could do, and I'm not sure if this is like something open, you know, they could to make up for it, increase the damage of the feathers, for example, because evade is not even a strong build. Like if you want to play pits or something, like the evade build is like kind of bad on the higher end, right? Because we have seen builds now here, the Quill volley build that I've been playing, for example, it has now been hitting for hundreds of trillions of damage and also been clearing the highest pit in the games ever. So if you're looking for a build to play, I'll definitely recommend this Quill volley build that we've been rocking here. And yeah, this one is in fact very strong, like you're hitting this for, just even on the dummies here, like hitting for like a couple trillion. And it's going really smooth. This is the overpower stacking with resolve stacks. And I don't even have like, you know, that crazy gear here right now because we're doing some speed runs and I'm using a Harlequin's crest and stuff. But that build is much stronger than the evade build in the first place. However, many people enjoyed the evade for farming low tier. But even if the damage is divided by 10, it's still going to be very viable and very comparable, I think, to some of the other classes. Like if you have tried to, you know, farm Torment 4 on a Barbarian, like you'll see how kind of tough it is and how easy you have it with the evade build, where you basically, you know, you just spam spacebar and it like animation cancels into the next evade and also just destroys everything on the very like low like end content. But again, for higher pits, guys, you want to play the Quill volley anyways. It's a super fun build as well, and I would also expect some more bug fixes coming to the Spiritborn. So at the moment, we have a multitude of bugs here. The first bug that you may have seen is the Vicious Shield here, where it's basically giving you multiplicative damage, not even based on your barrier, but mainly based on how much life you have compared to your base life, so how much max life, and then how much of that life is buried. It's like doing way more than the maximum of 33% that you would think about, and that's how we get these you know, trillions and trillions of damage procs on the evade build. I'm gonna link the 150 clear below here as well. So that's like one of the first major bugs. And then we also have another bug where your resolve goes like completely crazy when you're stacking resolve stacks. And you can see this here if you're just watching my sheet as I attack here. So you see my crit damage here being 11,000, and that's because block is not capped. Like your block chance is actually exceeding 100%, allowing you to crazy stack block chance here with the interdiction and the redirected force multipliers here, basically going damage numbers that are completely wild. Like this aspect here in the end is going to give you something like a 20-30x your damage or something. It's going completely crazy, and this is like how these crazy numbers are possible in the first place. And there's been another like couple issues here that's been raised. I'm pretty sure they will hit on a lot of them. Like one very important factor also right now is the lack of rawhide. Many of you have seen this maybe, that rawhide is pretty low, and that might be also something that is addressed after they've been reacting very swiftly here on the swords. And you guys can see here, hey everybody, it's Rob here. This is like kind of the numbers that the that the quill volley build rather than the evade build is stacking up to. Like it's a triple-digit trillion number. There's also another bug where you have the bosses in the high pits basically start at almost no life. The Spiritborn did it. It beat the... So you see here, this is like the 100 boss, and he just like spawns with 5% life. Like he literally just engages it, and it just spawns with only 5% life. So yeah, the numbers are crazy, and if you want to look for some builds, like this is definitely it. And again, I'm expecting, you know, quite some more changes here to come. You see like here how he like blasts down this boss. Like he has 65 trillion damage. And there is also a pit leaderboard that I want to show you here as well real quick. It's made by the community. I'm also going to link this below. And this is a pretty good showcase, you know, of the current power level of the Spiritborn, where the absolute highest clear here by Spiritborn again is 150. And then the second highest class is, like I also predicted it in my tier list, is the Necromancer with a bone spirit build. Like not even in the same universe. You know, even if the Necromancer had 1,000 times the damage, it would not come close to the Spiritborn. And you know, on the last place, like is Barbarian and Druid here on pit 90. Yeah, that's wild. Like if Spiritborn is on the moon, the Necromancer is barely walking the earth. And the Barbarian and Druid, like they are buried on some graveyard here. So yeah, class balance hopefully is gonna get addressed. Like I personally am hoping, you know, for some Barbarian core skill buffs, especially during the mid-season patch. And it definitely sounds like some changes here are in the realms of possible. He's hitting for possibility, like with the phrasing here on those blue posts. People are also struggling getting some of the max aspects here. And this is basically, in this comment here, I think this is mainly due to that the high aspects, like if you want to get like a max roll aspect, for example, on your redirected force, which is really important, you must find it on an ancestral, else the non-ancestral aspects cannot roll, you know, the final max value. So you might have seen, like many of you might have a 58% redirected force on your Spiritborn. And this is because you can only get the max roll aspect on the ancestral gear. But yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen, guys. I'm expecting some more changes to Spiritborn, and these, again, I think, in my opinion, are justified changes. Like the evade build, I've tried it. It's a lot of fun, I get it. But it's been causing performance issues for other players big time. And again, maybe there could be some middle ground where they, you know, reduce the frequency. Again, I think divided by 10 from 50 milliseconds to 500 milliseconds. but then maybe they can increase, you know, the feather damage per hit or something to make up for it. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna link this below as well. I hope I updated you, and I'll see you soon, my friends. This is gonna happen in a few hours, and then we'll make probably another video showcasing you exactly like what it means and how it's impacting the evade build and the current Spiritborn meta. Again, guys, play Quill Volley. It's a ton of fun. If you also like the evade, I think you'll also love this one. Quill Volley is OP. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.